James Butler, thank you for joining me on New Mexico in Focus.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Now, earlier this spring, Pete's Place introduced its mobile hygiene unit, Showers to Go. And from what I understand, plans for this program were a long time in the making. How did this all get started, and how does it work?
Really, it's Karina Lopez and Beverly Kellum, who's the executive director and deputy director, respectively, started the thought of this program probably a year prior to us starting it. And they started the process of acquiring the equipment through the city, which took a little while, but we just realized that their priorities don't always meet our priorities. But they made it happen through just a dogged determination. And they got the lease agreement, and we took possession of it, and we started right away. They got grants through the Department of Health to fund the project. We worked through a lot of volunteer services to get equipment and get supplies to it to try to keep the costs down. We did a lot of things to do that by using disposable towels instead of things we have to launder, which keeps the cost down and keeps it safer as well. Then we basically, once we took possession, we started running the unit.
Okay, so how does it work for somebody who might want to come out and use one of these units?
Well, we're a no bar type thing. You don't have to meet any requirements. You show up, we use a code that the Department of Health uses, which is simply the first two initials of your first name, the first two initials of your mother's first name, and then the year you were born. And we code that so we can prove that we are servicing people. That's a requirement through our grant. And everyone uses that code. It's a common code used in the state. They sign up, we put them on a list to utilize the shower and during that wait period, when they're waiting to go, we have case managers and other of our outreach partners that are there that start engaging those people about other services that they may need.
Okay, and let's talk about who you're serving. Just an example of some of the situations that some of these people are in.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about that. It's the unhoused population, and that can be people that are living in shelters, people that are living in their cars, people that are just finding a place to sleep outside. Many different reasons for people to be in that position. Addiction obviously is some of it, but there's many other reasons. We had a lady that we met last Tuesday that ended up homeless because she got divorced and had nowhere to go, didn't have family to go to, anything. So she's living in her car, sleeping at a rest stop off the freeway, and happened to find us because she brought a sack lunch to the park we were at. So now she's been there two Tuesdays in a row and utilizes our services, and she works. I mean, she works for a local restaurant in Santa Fe and goes to work every day. There's plenty of reasons. We have people that use the service because they're on their way for a job interview. We have people that use the services because they don't like going to the shelters where those services are provided for different reasons, whether it's triggering to them in some way, or they've been asked not to come back for behavioral issues. But because we have no bar until you create a bar, they're welcome at our shower, and we take care of them there.
Okay. Now, when you envisioned this project, did it start and stop with showers? You mentioned some other services that are available. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, actually the showers are really the carrot of the whole thing. We wanted a way to get people to us and standing in front of us in a safe environment where we could engage them. They come, we get them into the Unitas system, which is a system everyone uses, so we can track their progress through what services they're using, whether it be in Santa Fe through LifeLink, which works on housing and things like that. We have a case manager that engages them and sees if they need to get their IDs, if they need help getting their birth certificates, if they need help getting their driver's license, and other things. We have medical outreach that is there, that we'll see if they have any medical needs that need to be addressed. That's La Familia Medical, and who runs healthcare for the homeless in Santa Fe. And then on Thursdays at our site there, we have a healthcare provider there that focuses on women's health, that engages the women that show up. And we have Southwest Care, who does harm reduction at two of our locations, at the park and at our Salvation Army, which is a partner provider that lets us use their location. So really, like I said, the shower and the hygiene part of it is the easiest part of the program. Everyone knows how a shower feels, so getting them there for a shower without a bunch of questions about who they are, where they are, is the easiest part of it. We want to get them into a safe environment where they're sitting in front of us and we can just talk to them like humans and see what they need.
And have you and these organizations that you're working with, have you seen success in connecting people with these other resources?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a no doubter for us. I mean, just the opportunity to sit and talk to one person is a success to us. But we're doing, we're approaching over 700 people that have used the shower service since we've been there. And every one of those people have been able to get into our United system where we can track what services they're in the progress of getting, what they need going forward, and where we are in helping them do that. And we can also direct them to the resources that they need. It's just, that's part of our Showers to Go hygiene program and navigation services. So that's the navigation part of it. We can help them through the system. We've all tried to get through the system and get something done. It's very difficult when you don't have those resources and the internet and things like that at your hand. It makes it even harder. So we're there to help them get through that. So yeah, it's super successful. We've had people get jobs and that they took a shower at our showers first. We give clothing. We've helped people get clean clothes to go to job interviews. We also pass out lunches and stuff. So it's far more than just a shower. Like I said, that's the easiest part of the whole thing we do.
Before I get too far, where are these mobile units?
We service 3 locations. Every Monday, we're at the Healthcare for the Homeless Clinic, which is off Cerrillos Road down by the Indian School.
Okay.
And we do that on Mondays there, which was part of our thinking when we rolled out this program. We wanted to be multifaceted when we selected it. On Mondays at La Familia, they also offer open clinic day there. So if we have someone that shows up for a shower, but we see they have some open wounds or they have some kind of medical need that they're asking us about, we can literally walk them right into the door and they'll be able to talk to somebody. They may not be able to get taken care of right there. Maybe they will, but they can also get an appointment and they can start getting taken care of. On Tuesdays, we're at the Via Linda Park, which is near the mall and by the Harley Davidson in Santa Fe, and that's our newest location. And we wanted to get to the south end of Santa Fe because we knew there were encampments down there. So we started that 2 Tuesdays ago, and it's proving to be successful. I think we're going to be like 10 to 18 visits a day there, which is good. And Thursday, our best location is our Salvation Army on West Alameda. They're a wonderful provider in there, and that there's other things they offer. Every day at 8 o'clock, they serve breakfast. So we're up and running at 8 o'clock, so someone gets a breakfast and they come out and they get their shower. They close for 30 minutes from 8:30 to 9, and they reopen at 9, and they have snacks and a warming station or a cooling station there where people can get out of the weather too. So we operate all 3 locations 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on those days.
Now you talked about some of the successes that you've had. Have you had feedback from some of these people that you're helping out?
Absolutely. They look forward to us. They come. They know we're a resource too. They know what we have to offer, and plenty of them bring other people with them, which is a great thing because, like I said, they have their own communication network that they get the word out to the other unhoused population. So they'll bring people with them. We look forward to seeing them. We know most of them by name now since we've been using it. So yeah, it's great.
Good. Now, last week, Bernalillo County Commissioners heard a presentation on mobile hygiene units. From your experience running Showers to Go, what would you tell the Commission about the impact of the service in Santa Fe so far?
I've said this a few times, and the biggest thing is the change in a person when they just get a shower and they come out and they feel more human. They're able to kind of go attack their day a little more positively. The situation here, I would imagine, just because of the population difference, there's probably a greater need for it. There's absolutely no downside to doing this. If it's just a hygiene program, that's great too. I would hope they do more with it and get the opportunity to engage, because that's the biggest word to this, is engage these people. But if it ends up being just a shower service, that's great too. That's a starting point. There's no downside. There's plenty of locations that they can partner up and do things with. do with other organizations. That's like I said,
Sure.
they need to do this.
So you say no downside, but are there any pitfalls that you would warn somebody about who is trying to open a mobile hygiene unit like this, or any potential avenues to reach some unhoused people and connect them with these resources that you would encourage them to pursue when setting this up?
Yeah, getting the word out. Like I said, they have a communication network. There's already people that are I know they're doing outreach and going to these encampments, getting to getting the word to them on where you're going to be when you set. And don't move your units. Find your locations, set them there, and don't let it be a Find Waldo situation where they're trying to find where the food truck is or whatever. Be in the location and stay there. Do the groundwork up front on what you want to get out of the program, what your goal is, and find the locations that are appropriate for that, and then stay there and make that situation work.
Okay. Now, at Pete's Place, have you seen an increase in people seeking help for this shower plant since it's started, and has that helped build trust within the community?
I believe so. Pete's Place, the Interfaith Community Shelter at Pete's Place, offers shower hygiene services during the week. They don't on Monday and Thursday. That's why we do the mobile outreach on those days. There's a lot of, not everybody can get a shower there because the lines can be really long and there's a limited time that they can provide the service. So a lot of them have stopped even using that service and they just find us. They find where we are because our lines aren't long. The wait's usually not more than 20 minutes to get your shower. We offer 15-minute showers. And so we have a lot of people that have just chosen not to be in the crowd of people because that can be triggering. It can be triggering to me to be in a crowd of people. So they find our mobile unit. It's just another option.
Okay. So how has the housed community in Santa Fe responded to this? Have you gotten any positive feedback, negative feedback?
Obviously, the homeless situation everywhere, not just in Santa Fe, is a challenge. I mean, we all know that. It's making the news everywhere all the time. And we were fully prepared when we rolled out this system for pushback. And we had our prepared speeches to address this when it happened. And it hasn't happened. Not one time have we had anybody that's come and approached us and said they didn't want us in the area. Not one single time, and I'm not exaggerating, not one time. We've had all positive. We've had people show up with cash donations to us. We've had today we had a cash donation. We've had 3 other people to stop by just to thank us for being there and thought it was a great asset to the community. Zero pushback at all. And like I said, we were prepared for it and we didn't get it. It's been greatly received and it's been really nice. We've had people bring us drinks. We weren't ready for any of that, but it's been wonderful. The community's been super.
All right, James Butler, thank you so much for being here on New Mexico in Focus.
Thank you for having us. We love talking about our program, and I hope this can roll out, not just in Bernalillo County, but statewide.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you.